And I want to give you an example of what's happening to my country. And I've been warning you for 35 years. I want to show you what a so-called black mayor of a city is doing. It ain't ashamed of it, not afraid of it, not afraid of being called racist or anything, because he knows the white people are not going to do anything about it. And the government not going to do anything about it. But if white people or white mayor were doing the exact same thing, it'll be a different story.
Detractors that will push back on me and say, the only thing that the mayor talks about is the hiring of black people. No, what I'm saying is when you hire our people, we always look out for everybody else. We are the most generous people on the planet. I don't know too many cultures that have play cousins. That's how generous we are. We just make somebody a family member, right? This is how we are. And so business and economic neighborhood development, the deputy mayor is a black woman. Department of Planning and Development is a black woman. Infrastructure deputy mayor is a black woman. Chief operations officer is a black man. Budget director is a black woman. Senior advisor is a black man.
My country's gone. My country's gone. And white Americans are now doing, well, not just now, they've been doing this for at least 35 or 70 years, but at least I've been aware of it for the last 35, 36 years. They're giving up America in the same way whites gave up South Africa, and look what's happening. Now they've been genocide. That is happening in America already, and it's going to get worse. And the black so-called leadership, they know it because they know that white people are afraid. They're afraid. They just have fear. And they're taking over America, and they don't care. And it's going to only end in destruction. Only thing white people have to do is say no, shaking in their boots in fear. Just say no. But you won't. Because you're living in fear, and the fear is keeping you from functioning in life. Not knowing that is just an illusion. It keeps you from saying and doing and going wherever you want to go and do. You're living in fear. And I want to give you an example of what's happening to my country. And I've been warning you for 35 years. I'm like, white people, wake up, wake up. No, no, no. You don't need to feel guilty about anything. Black people are not suffering because of slavery or Jim Crow or lack of. It's all a lie. It's a game. It's a DEI made up thing to get money and power. Perceived power, but power. And you didn't listen. I want to show you what a so-called black mayor of a city is doing. It ain't ashamed of it, not afraid of it, not afraid of being called racist or anything, because he knows the white people are not going to do anything about it. And the government not going to do anything about it. But if white people or white mayor were doing the exact same thing, it'll be a different story. Watch this. This is mind-blowing. It's not mind-blowing to me because I understand it's evil, and white people are afraid of evil. Times of India. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson is under fire after a viral video clip showed him defending his hiring record by highlighting the number of black black officials in his administration. Watch this from X.
Some detractors that will push back on me and say, the only thing that the mayor talks about is the hiring of black people. No, what I'm saying is when you hire our people, we always look out for everybody else. We are the most generous people on the planet. I don't know too many cultures that have play cousins. That's how generous we are. We just make somebody a family member, right? This is how we are. And so business and economic neighborhood development, the deputy mayor is a black woman. Department of Planning and Development is a black woman. Infrastructure deputy mayor is a black woman. Chief operations officer is a black man. Budget director is a black woman. Senior advisor is a black man. And I'm laying that out because when you ask, how do we ensure that our people get a chance to grow their business?
That's amazing, huh? He can go on TV and just say it out loud. Tell me how many white mayors can go on TV and name off everybody in his administration that are white and say, you know what, we look out for everybody. We even make our cousins, and people applaud. And he's saying it without any fear of anything, anybody taking action against it. Is this wrong or not? If it's not wrong for this guy to do it, why is it wrong for white people to do it? Why? And if anybody look out for people, it's the white folks. Look how many black people they brought into their government, into their business, even though they know the blacks are going to destroy it, into universities. This guy can get on TV and say it out loud and just name all blacks. Oh, yeah, we're doing this. And white people like, oh, that's so cute. Oh. I love the blacks. Johnson also admits he gives special treatment and contract to black-owned businesses. What's this?
Prime construction contract at O'Hare under my administration. It's the first black prime construction worker company to have a prime contract anywhere in the United States of America. And that's critical, not just for BOA Construction, but for the lives that he's going to transform because he's hiring them. But it's also critical for other major construction companies or mid-sized construction companies that are black-owned to know that there is a mayor who sees them and is going to work hard to ensure that whether you're developing homes, whether you are, looking to help take advantage of the opportunities through aviation, whether it's entrepreneurship to provide a service, that there are resources available for you in the city of Chicago. And one thing that I know for sure that I have to do over these next 2 years, every single dime that our people have been robbed of, I want to make sure that that is returned 2, 3-fold.
Amazing, huh? All lies. Your people have been robbed of nothing, man. What the? No wonder Chicago is a mess. They did the same thing in Gary, Indiana. I was there. And I remember Gary was controlled by white people. It was an amazing place to live. And then they turned it over to the blacks, and it became a mess. Chicago is a mess. You see now why? It's controlled by all blacks. Now do you believe me when I say South Africa is alive and well in America? Those 59 white people that came here, all you did was left Africa for Africa. All you did, you just left Africa for Africa. Thank God Trump is here, but I don't know what's going to happen to y'all here. It's the same thing happening right here in America. Chicago is hell to live in. Crime, everything out of control. And you're turning your city over to a man like that. You did the same thing with Gary, and Gary is hell to live in. And the white people say, oh, okay. James, you say what's funny is whites actually what?
They actually do that. They actually are fair with everybody.
Yeah, and that's the problem. Isn't that something?
Yep.
Black people ain't fair with nobody.
Fake generosity.
What a mess. All because you won't live a life of fear. Why don't you live in fear, hate?
What
would happen if you just lived a life of fear?
I don't know.
Why don't you try and see?
Like I said on Sunday, I don't have the faith.
To live in fear?
What?
To live in fear?
Right.
But you live in fear anyway when you try not to live in fear.
I know. Crazy, huh? And it's even worse.
It's crazy that all human beings are living in fear, and they work overtime to try not to live in fear, not knowing, why don't you just live in fear and see what happens?
Right.
I'm not talking about physical fear to protect yourself in a physical way.